Hello, namaste everybody. Today we're here to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of two very special people. Today we're here to celebrate the Golden Jubilee anniversary of two very special people who only several years ago moved into your community and moved into your town. However, these two very special people are also our grandparents who played such a big part in raising us when we were small children. I'm sure you guys have gotten to know them. Bakshiji just told you about how much you esteem my Baba and my Buddy-ma here, but we wanted to share with you some of the things that we knew about them when we were growing up, when they were just our Buddy-ma and Baba. I remember Baba would pick us up every single day after school, when we were in middle school, even in the cold, from our bus stop. And on the way home, he had this big, great overcoat, and he would hold me on his side against the wind, and he would say, "When it becomes too cold, I'm going to tuck you in my jacket, and I'm going to take you with me back to the house so you won't be cold." And he was always such an amazingly tall guy when I was just a little girl. So just imagine being tucked in his coat like a little mouse. But you know, he would do that for us. And I remember we used to go to his house and we'd do our homework in front of the living room, and we'd sit there and he'd watch cartoons with us, even though I'm sure they weren't his favorite program on TV, but he'd humor us and talk to us about all the shows we loved and all the cartoon characters that we loved. And he was just always such a great grandpa, and always there with his pizza and pecan sandies and all the yummy treats for us every single day after school.
So I know that we have a lot of esteem for our grandfather because he's been such an integral and part of our lives in childhood. And he's always been really tall, but today I'm as tall as he is now, so it's pretty interesting to finally be at that level where I can hug him and he doesn't like eclipse me with his height. But like a couple of words from my Buddy-ma. She's always been there, she's always been there for us. I remember the times when she would cut up tomatoes in little tiny pieces and then put salt on them and mix them with her own hands and then feed them to us, just because she knew that that was like something that we would really enjoy. And I definitely remember that, even to this day I remember the taste of the tomatoes and the salt, and I've never been able to ever find anybody that can cut tomatoes as well as she has. And I don't know if that means anything or not, but I mean, that was just one of those things that just the little tiny things make such a big difference. And I remember coming to her house, and then, I don't know, actually I really don't remember this story, but I know all of my family members do, and there's a big stain that's left in their room that has approved to market. But as I was a little kid, I would just go into their room, and I remember, well, I don't remember anymore, but apparently there was like a whole puja set or whatever, and then there was a little tiny dibba of sindoor that my Buddy-ma would keep on the counter. And just one day I was so compelled, I just had to take it, but it fell everywhere. And to this day there's a giant red mark in that apartment back in Lowell where I dropped that sindoor on the floor. And just those like little memories that I have of our childhood make such a big difference, especially that wheelie chair. I remember there was a little tiny wheelie chair that I would just spin around in all the time. And Buddy-ma would always warn me that if you spin around too much, you're going to get sick. But I just kept on spinning and kept on spinning just because I would just have such a great time and stuff like that. So it's just little tiny memories that we always remember about our grandparents and how important they were in our childhood. So we just like to take a moment to appreciate them and just experience our childhood once again, and wish them the best of luck in the future and a very, very happy and productive life, and just with all the happiness that we could possibly give you from the bottom of our hearts. We really thank you for what you've done for us. Thank you.
That's it, I think let's eat.
All right, you guys, I think that was it for speakers. I'm not sure if... Is there...